walking around SEMA 21 and we're trying to find the coolest cars to bring to you guys and their stories. Matt spotted something here in the Optima Streetcar Challenge. What are we walking up to check out?
We're currently walking up to, of all things, a Nissan Frontier. But this is not just any Nissan Frontier. This thing has a set of turbos on it, an engine swap, and I hear it's all-wheel drive, so definitely piqued my curiosity. I wanted to find out more about this.
Who thought we were going to be checking out a Nissan Frontier at
Not
SEMA?
me. Not me.
Yeah, not me either.
There it is right there.
Yeah.
My truck.
Is it yours?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Kyle.
Steven,
Nice to meet you. We were just laughing, like, a Nissan Frontier at SEMA. Didn't think we'd be filming that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check this thing out. Sure. All right, so tell me about the Frontier here. I see that it's widened front to back, and you're running in the Ultima Streetcar Challenge, right?
I am, yep.
Which is like a road race or autocross style.
Yeah, there's like 5 different tests, like design and engineering, street worthiness, a stop-start, autocross and road course, and then they point system.
And there's trucks here for autocross.
There's a truck class. So
Wild.
It's an 05 Frontier, and the biggest talking points are twin-turbo LS, manual transmission, all-wheel drive, 4-wheel independent suspension.
Wow.
So,
that is a lot of upgrades.
Yeah.
So why did you start with the Frontier? Let's start with that.
Okay, so I own LOJ Conversions, and I make swap kits for LS motors.
Yes.
To a bunch of different Nissans and Infinities. So I wanted to build something that kind of was an intention getter and showed off like what I could do and what my shop can do. And this is a 6-liter Gen 4 aluminum block.
Okay.
Stock block crank, but it's forged rods, pistons. The heads are stock heads ported by TSB. BorgWarner S252 turbos, so they're small, but I built it for response. Texas Speeds intake with the intercooler built in. Heat exchangers in the bed. Thing makes 700 wheel horsepower at 14 pounds, so it's doing pretty well. Still has air conditioning, cruise control, all that good power windows, locks, all that good stuff. It's actually on Nissan Armada SUV front suspension, and the entire Armada rear subframe was grafted in for the rear independent suspension because the Armada is wider.
Yep.
Plus, it's 20 by 12 tires with 20 by 12 forge lines with 345, 30, 20 tires at all 4 corners. So
wait, how big?
345, 30, 20s. Yeah. So,
that's about as wide as it gets for a streetcar tire.
There's like literally 6 companies that make a tire that wide, and only 2 in a treadwear rating that Optima allows. So this is one of the 2.
So the transmission you mentioned is a stick shift.
It's a TR6060 out of Camaro ZL1.
Okay.
So it's got the built-in cooler pump and all, and it actually has a trans cooler in it, even though it's a manual. Basically, I took the TR6060 and took the tail housing off and the main shaft out and put in a C6 Corvette main shaft and a C6 Corvette tail housing because those have diffs bolted to them. And then I made an adapter that bolted to that, and then I put a Trailblazer SS transfer case onto the adapter.
Yes.
So it's Chevy transfer case, Chevy trans, and I'm running a Haltech Elite 2500.
That was gonna be my next question.
So it's all electronic boost control. I can ramp the boost in with the electronic boost control. So I actually intentionally, because this thing will do full boost at like 2,500 RPM. So it kind of actually feels like a high revving naturally aspirated setup, even though it's turbo. The side pipes, the exhaust is like side
I
pipes.
did notice that. Let's come over to the side here. That was really cool.
That was like a key thing I wanted to do when I actually took some of, Vibrant's oval tubing and cut it like on a long slant to make those tips.
That's really slick. I like the logo on the bottom next to the side pipes.
All water jet out of there. Like I said, I scanned the whole truck and kind of designed it. And the nice thing with that, it's not like that cardboard design where you make it, put it on, and then you're like, I don't really like the way it looks. Like, I can actually look at it on the computer and be like, yeah, that's a good feel, and not waste time doing things twice. But in the back, in the bed, there's an access panel here. Under there is that fuel surge tank. I talked about the batteries back there. I put like a remote jump point in there so that you don't have to climb in there.
That's a great idea, yeah.
And that radiator there is actually for the intercooler, and then this one's the engine oil cooler.
I didn't notice that.
So it's, and then the wing mount I designed myself. It actually goes through the bed right down to the hitch pickup point, so it's like frame mounted, so you get all the downforce right into the chassis. Nissan Nismo Juke RS seats, so the stupid little Juke SUV. They're factory Recaros out of that.
Oh.
Which actually, like,
damn.
I got lucky.
Those look good in there.
The red leather like matches the powder coat and all that. Is like, those done.
Yeah.
The Haltech IC7 dash is mounted in there.
Oh, damn. That looks really nice. What's your favorite part of the whole build? Obviously the whole package, but what are you most proud of? The side skirts?
Side skirts and side pipes.
And the exhaust?
Yeah. And like, normally when you have dual exhaust on an LS that has no H or X pipe. Like, it has a really weird note, but somehow this doesn't. I don't know if it's because like the tip is so long and elongated, but it's got a note that doesn't sound like any other LS you normally
Yeah, I bet
hear.
the angled tip has something to do with it.
Yeah.
So what's next for the truck now that it's here?
It's basically stuff to make it more robust. So this truck has Armada front and rear differentials in it. So it's an R230 in the back and an M200 in the front. So it's like an 8-inch front gear, a 9-inch rear gear about. And they're pretty stout, but the problem is nobody makes anything for the Armada diff as far as like limited slips. So it's a factory open diff.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It'd be really fun when we converted this to rear wheel drive to put it on the dyno and tried to put all the power through one tire. That was an experience.
Oh, no.
But we did it. So it made 700 wheel horsepower literally to one wheel. But the rear diff, I actually got in touch with a guy in Australia that does like Y62 Patrol aftermarket lifts.
Oh, the Patrols, yeah.
So I contacted him, and I've got a pair of Patrol diffs coming, which should bolt into these subframes. If not, I'll fab stuff. But it goes from an R230 in the back to an R248, so it's like an almost 10-inch ring gear, and they actually have a Torsen limited slip in them, plus an electronic locker. So if I wanted to get really stupid, I could do the e-locker and disable the all-wheel drive and do drifting or whatever. I don't know, but I know that'll be a lot stronger than what's in there. The front diff, it's the same size, but it's an iron case instead of aluminum, so they're stronger too. Plus they're 369 gears, whereas this has 335s in it now, so it'll be a little peppier with the better gear ratio. And then we figured out how, with the transmission, how to put a Viper main shaft in it instead of the Vet main shaft, and wire EDM out the input gear on the transfer case to the bigger spline count to make the trans stronger. So once that's done, we're going to turn up the boost to, it's only run 14 pounds now, probably do 18, 20 pounds, try to make 800-900 horsepower.
Oh, that'll be a great power level for it.
Yeah, and then just
for a nice heavy truck.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's heavy, but that's really the next phase. And I want to put a Bosch Motorsports ABS system in it, because the Haltech can interface with that, but right now it has no ABS, it's manual brakes. Those are the two things I want to do, and then I want to call it done. You know?
Yeah, it'll never be done.
It'll never be done.
Yeah.
No car is ever done, but that'll be like the pinnacle of what I imagined it to be, and then everything from there will be weight reduction, which would all be custom.
Where can we find media on it? You have Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah. Instagram is at LOJ Conversions. You can see it on the side of the truck here, and Facebook, same deal, facebook.com/LOJ Conversions. I have a YouTube channel, but I'm not a YouTuber. I suck at that. But,
well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks for bringing it out here. Congrats on getting it to Sema and having a badass truck. I approve.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Awesome, man.
Yet another crazy Sema build here at Sema 21. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos from the event, past Sema videos we put up. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.